Hello, I'm Dr. Sylvia Cox, Executive Vice President here at Southeastern Community College. Welcome to Columbus School Connects. And today we have an exciting opportunity to meet the new Superintendent of Whiteville City Schools, Dr. Johnathan Williams. And so we're really excited to have him here today. Dr. Williams, we are really thrilled that you're here with us today. Welcome again to Southeastern Community College. You're here a lot, so we're really glad that you're with us today and giving us an opportunity for our audience to get to know you a little bit better.
Okay, thank you, and I'm honored to be here today.
Yeah, so I can't help but to start with the fact that you know, you're here at Southeastern, and we are very honored and excited that you're an alumni. So tell us a little bit about that. Folks may not know that you actually got your start here at Southeastern Community College.
I'm very proud to be a part of the SCC family. As a student, I graduated from Southeastern in 1986 in the electrical engineering program, and that kind of began my career in thinking about that field. But my family, there were so many educators in my family, it was kind of my blood, and I just had the desire to teach. And Southeastern enabled me in the fact that I had a lot of math credits.
Right.
And so when I transferred into an education program, I became a math teacher using those math credits, but I was also able to connect the electrical part and the industry part in my teaching, so I was able to build those connections with my students in middle and high school. So Southeastern is very dear to me. I'm very passionate about this school and its impact on our community as we grow in Columbus County. So I'm very proud to be a graduate of Southeastern.
Well, that's really great. We are very proud of you as well. And I think, you know, your wife and your son also came to Southeastern, so it's kind of a family affair being a part of the Rams family. So, and so many people have walked through this campus, and, you know, we're so proud of what that they're doing, and especially you. And, you know, you talk about electrical engineering, and that's so great. We don't think of it oftentimes as really practical math, and you being able to take that into the classroom is pretty powerful. A lot of times, I'm sure, when you started teaching math, that students probably said to you, how am I ever going to use this? And so being able to connect that to some really pragmatic things that are in industry was probably really super powerful.
Exactly.
And we do hear from our industry partners that, just to give a plug for math, that those practical math skills is something that they're really looking for. So, so that's really important. So you started out in the math classroom. Tell us a little bit about as you became an educator. You're here, you grew up in this county, and then you did what we're asking a lot of people to consider right now. If you love education or you think you might, we're asking them to stay here and consider working right here in Columbus County. So tell us a little bit about you being from here and being in that classroom and what it was like for you as a early teacher, first-year teacher.
Yes, and I grew up right in the Williams Township community, went to school there when it was a K-12 school.
I remember that.
My mother was a teacher. I'm actually third generation in the education system in the Columbus County. My grandfather was a custodian over at the old Sarah Gorder High School, and back when it was a high school, way back in those days. So my sisters, educators, their spouses, my wife, as you said, she's a teacher. She's retired now, so she had a great impact on me going through the years in support. But I just wanted to get into teaching. I started at Tabor City in the it was called West Elementary School there in those days. It was 7th grade. And I taught various grade levels all the way through my teaching, middle school, high school, and then I decided that I wanted to get into administration, so I went to UNC Pembroke and received a master's degree in school administration, and I was an assistant principal at South Columbus High School, and then later became principal at Guideway Elementary School, and then from there to the central office assistant superintendent, and I was there for several years, and then as fate would have it, good Lord above, I was able to interview and became the superintendent of Whiteville City. August 15th was my start date, and I've been very excited about that, and I feel like we're off to a great start. So I do 34 years, I believe I've been in education, and I've never regretted making that move. And I would encourage anyone to get into education because it's a good field. Really and I think, I hate to say we undervalue education, but I think some of that is coming back. But it is the future of our community and our nation, a strong education system, and we need folks to go into teaching because there is a shortage that's well documented, and in all aspects of the education field. On my way down here, I was able to stop by and speak to the bus driver training class that you have down the hall.
Oh, that's great.
And we need everyone to contribute. We need drivers, we need assistants, we need clerical, cafeteria. We need everyone, not just those that are directly teaching the students, but our education system needs good folks in the field, and that's what we're looking for.
Absolutely. And you know, I think that we are really focused on teachers, but I remember a lot of people in my journey who were the custodian at our high school, the people in the cafeteria who said to you, how's your day going? How'd that math test go? How'd that, you know, the people through my journey who were connected to the classroom were valuable too, and really make a difference. And you're right, we need all of that, and more. So for you, for me, education is obviously been, I was first generation. I didn't have, my parents were elated for me to go to school, but didn't go to college themselves, and they knew, you know, how great of an opportunity it would be for me. So education, every time my associate's degree to continuing on opened up doors. So what do you think, and what have you seen? Because I've been around you quite a bit. I've grown up around you. I feel like I worked in Columbus County Schools. You were always there, and whenever I'm with you and people from our community come up, we can see, I see younger people, I see middle-aged people connecting with you. So you know when people stop and talk to you and, hey, let me tell you where I'm at, that you made a difference in your life. But you know, tell me about some of those experiences in education that you've had, that you've had with former students, and the impact that you feel like that you've made as an educator.
There's no greater feeling to be out in a restaurant, or to be out in a mall, or to be in a place and a student walk up to you and say, you know, I appreciate what you tried to do, and you were really impactful on my life in a positive way. And as teachers or administrators, we may not see that, but a lot of it is the relationship that we built with the child. And we've watched them grow, and true teachers not only care about their students while they're in their classrooms, but they really care about them as they move along in life. And just for someone to come up to you and tell you they appreciate what you did really means the world. And that is the secret that a lot of folks have, that they are able to build the relationships with students. Students today, more than ever, must know that you care about them. Absolutely. Adults today must know that you care about them. That's right. You walk in, you shake a hand, or you give them a smile and ask them how their day was. You tell them you appreciate the job that they're doing, and it goes a long, long way. And and students know when you're genuine, adults know when you're genuine, and I feel like that is what makes the true and lasting impact. And those things have to be in place before, a lot of times before learning occurs. Because students today, they're different. I mean, they really must like you before they can really buy into what you're trying to teach.
That's right.
It's a really folks have changed over the years. The emotional side of it is becoming more prevalent, more important now.
That's right, and the world has changed. We grew up in a time that we didn't, and I didn't have a lockdown when I was in school.
Yeah.
We didn't have to do all the things that unfortunately we have to do. And you're right, that has affected this generation, and they really need, most of all. But as you said, all of us need to know that people care.
That's right, and let's face it, our family units, some are not as strong as they were in the past. So sometimes we have to be a champion.
That's right.
For some who may not have that presence in their life. And that was one of the things that we talked about in our convocation with that we had before the school year started at Whiteville City Schools. Was one of the things that I spoke about is, being a champion, being that person that someone could look to later in life and said, he or she made a difference. And I'm where I am today because of the job that they did and the impact that they had on my life. And money cannot buy that.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we're all really excited. I think Whiteville City School community, the Whiteville community is very honored and excited about having someone with your background and native and also your experience come to be the superintendent of Whiteville City Schools. So tell us what you're excited about as you take on this new role, what invigorates you, what inspires you, what your hopes are as you are journeying well into the role now.
I have just been blown away almost at the reception that the system has given to not only me but Michelle, our son John, our family, and I've always felt this way in my 34 years, but I appreciate the fact that that they really want me to be and my family to be a part of the system. And a lot of times I get invited to things, and they'll invite Michelle and John. They want it to be a family thing, and that's what I was told about the systems. Hey, we are a family, and they have clearly shown that they wanted us to be a part of that, and we feel blessed to be a part of it. I immediately, when I walk into schools, I can tell the culture of the school. One simple thing I look at, and I know in the day of uniform, sometimes it's difficult. I look at how many of our students are wearing Whiteville attire. I walk in high school, how many students are wearing a Wolfpack hoodie?
Right. Quite a few,
or
right?
Wolfpack sweatshirt. How many? I go into Central, the Hornets or their colors. That tells me that the students like their school, they want to wear the attire, adults as well.
That's right.
I go into schools and the teachers and the adults are wearing their Whiteville attire, and that just tells me that they feel good about their school. They feel good about their community, and I've been really impressed by the hard work that I see. Our teachers really care. They're out there working. Our cafeteria staff wants to do the very best job they can preparing meals. I mean, from everyone, our drivers, I just see a lot of good things, but it all begins with, obviously, the administration in that school, that principal, and we have some really good ones right now, too. Some fantastic principals. 4 new principals in our school.
Oh, that's
and we have 5 traditional schools, and we have 4 new principals at our schools now, and One of them came from the county, and Ronna Gore, she has a lot of experience. And then Miss Corbett, she is a veteran principal, is really strong at North Whiteville Academy. But
That's right.
Miss Hyatt, Miss Sutton, Miss White
Yeah.
are 3 new principals, but you really couldn't tell it because they've really
right.
done a great job as well.
Yeah, you have an amazing, strong team. I know almost everyone, if not everyone, that you just said, and that it's an incredible team.
Yeah.
And they are very blessed, and we're all blessed and fortunate that you've taken on this role. And there's never enough time to talk to you, Johnathan, but our time is coming to an end. So
wow.
we thank you so much for coming. We're so proud of you, and I can't wait to see what you do next. So thank you so much for coming today. Thank you all for joining in to Columbus School Connects, and really giving us the opportunity to let you know just a little bit more about our new superintendent of Whiteville City Schools, Dr. Johnathan Williams. Thank you. Have a great day.